One big movie opening this weekend, and a lot of people who like action, I think, are going to be thinking about this movie. It's got an R rating.
Dad, there was this RV, and they were playing on it. We thought there was someone inside.
You wait here.
Let me go. I couldn't find them.
911.
Detective Loki.
Do you have children, Detective?
I'm gonna find your daughters.
And, I guess what I'm curious about is maybe for parents who have teenagers, even preteens, that are trying to convince mom and dad that it's okay, or to even take them. Give me some perspective, if you would, on that.
Essentially, Hugh Jackman's family goes to spend Thanksgiving with Terrence Howard's family, and while they're just after their turkey dinner, the little girls go out to play, and the next thing you know, they're gone missing, and they've been abducted. The only thing the teenage son remembers seeing is that there was a kind of a sleazy RV in the neighborhood. They run down to the street where that was. It's gone. So they believe that somehow it was involved in the abduction. Later, very shortly after they find this RV, and a teenage driver of this film has the IQ of a 10-year-old, and he's not talking, and he's not saying anything, which leads to probably the film's biggest premise, which is Hugh Jackman kidnapping this kid and basically holding him up in an abandoned house and torturing him in hopes of getting information about his daughter. So the idea is, I love my kids so much, if I have to torture the person I think is involved to free my daughter, isn't that really a good thing and shows my deep devotion to my kids? The deep devotion part is admirable. You can't fault a man for loving his daughter. It's just that most of us would say that that's too extreme. And even one of the other characters, actually two other characters, wrestle with how extreme that could be. Doesn't cause it not to happen, but there's a wrestling with that issue. But here's some real spoilers. In addition to the torture scenes, which really are pretty brutal at times, there's one of my colleagues joked that there was 1,000 F-bombs in the film, and I joked back and said, no, I counted them, there was 982. But in truthfulness, I actually did go back and count in my notes, because I have a little shorthand for them, and there was 50 even in my notes, which it feels like 1,000. I mean, yeah. It was like, you can't, it's like they didn't script a sentence. No, I shouldn't say that. The first 15 minutes, my thought was, this might be a light R. But when they started rolling, then they couldn't script a full sentence without an F-bomb somewhere in there. And so, disappointing. Disappointing for harsh language, disappointing for the torture scenes. I could only give it a 1.5 out of 5 for family friendliness, which is we've talked so many weeks, that's nowhere close to even kind of what I'm saying is go ahead and go. It's not a recommendation at all.